Welcome to another episode of the Painfully Human podcast. I'm your host, Edward. And we had a guest cancel on us today. Yay! That's okay, though, because we've been thinking about doing something for a while called Office Chats. So welcome to Office Chats. You know the Doofenshmirtz and Phineas and Ferb? Can we do something like that for Painful Human Podcast? Office Chats. After hours. So, you guys don't know what it is, but this is our office. We work here, we hang out here, we spend the whole day here. The team is here. Say hello, team. Hello. This is Fiona, Serene, Tristan, and Rafa. At the time that you watch this, Fiona's gonna be married. Let's go. So, she has now had... No, I'm not going to say it. You guys know what I was going to say, but not going to say that. They are now one. Enmeshed. As of this shooting day, Fiona also bumped her car.
Yes.
And it was an emotional time, wasn't it, Fiona?
Very emotional. Thank you, Tristan.
Thank you, Tristan.
Of course.
Walking her through it. Anyway... So what we're going to be doing today, and then we're going to do this here and there, just for not just when guests cancel, but just to have fun. What we're going to be doing in episodes like this is the time where I just get to talk to you guys and hang out. Yeah. This is fun. I like doing this because it's like super informal. I actually have no idea what's going to happen today. I trusted the team. They came up with questions. They asked people, and they're going to ask me whatever the heck they want to ask. And we're going to try and come up with topics throughout that. So this is us being raw, us being real. Okay, Serene will ask.
Okay.
As a future courtside reporter, Serene,
Okay.
what is your question?
What's one thing you regret not doing?
Ooh. Oh, I have a close friend called Pranav. I love Nav. If you've stuck with me for a while, chances are I've kind of talked about Nav. I'm 25 right now. Pranav is 28. You guys, again, you probably don't know him, but he's a good friend of mine. Think of your closest friend, times it by 10. That's me and Pranav. Nav is also getting married as of the time we're shooting in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks. And I'm a really sentimental guy, so I really love being with my boys, being with my guys. I have a memory box that I put in stuff. Like little items or trinkets that mean something to me. I'm just kind of like that. I like looking back. I don't actually take a lot of pictures. And so I remember seeing a video of a woman saying one thing she regretted not doing when she was younger was taking more pictures of her daily life. Because I think the tendency is we take pictures of the highlights, right?
Yeah.
So also, if I'm looking to the side, that's where the team is.
Yeah.
So I look people in the eye when I talk to them. But anyway, my thing was, one thing I regret doing is not moving in with Pranav when I had the chance.
Aww.
Like I had an opportunity to move in and we could have lived together because he had a place. There was 2 bedrooms, technically 3.
Yeah.
And I regret that because you know why I didn't move in is because of the show. Because I thought I was gonna be able to do this show a year earlier, or a couple years earlier. Like you guys don't understand. As of this moment, Fiona and I are a couple months away from hitting 2 years of actually working together.
Wow.
Yeah. Like October this year, it's 2 years of you actually working for me.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy that you haven't gotten a pay bump in that time. Loyalty bonus. Hey yo. But yeah, I wish I moved in with him. Because that would have just been so sick. And Pranav has a fiance called Kylie. Kylie's amazing. I love her. She actually grew up in Australia, and they met through church, actually, because we have a church location, Favor Brisbane. Shout out Favor Brisbane. And we have a favorite church here in Manila. And so Pranav and I here in Manila. Kylie was in Brisbane. Then he stole her. He stole Kylie from Brisbane. They met during a conference, and, they met during a conference, hit it off. LDR. I don't know why I'm telling their story for them. But I love him. And they're getting married soon.
Yeah.
But Pranav was literally my first friend in, like, I had friends in show business, but he was my first friend really outside of work. And he never saw me as an artist. He just saw me as a guy, and I love him very, very much. Aww. But yeah, and so he's getting married soon. So I wish I could have moved in with him. I'm sentimental. I like Nav used to drive a lot. Well, he does drive a lot, but he used to drive me around a lot when we'd hang out. And so I'd always sit shotgun in the front next to him. So of course, when he has a girlfriend or now a fiance, I can't sit in the front, which I'm totally fine with. I made so many jokes like I relinquish my chair to you, and I'll open the door for Kylie. But again, I don't know if people care about what I'm saying right now. But imagine your best friend, and then you may be able to relate. And so I asked Nav and Kylie, I'm like, can I just have one last ride in the front with my boy before he gets married? That would be so sick. But yeah, wala lang. Trip ko lang. All right, that's my answer. I think that's kind of a basic answer. We'll ramp up the questions as we go.
Yeah.
So
Go.
Tristan has one. What's up, Tristan?
Does Edward Barber sing?
Who asked that?
Google.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can sing. I think I can hold a tune.
Don't you have an album?
I have an album. Yeah, some of you guys don't even know. I actually have an album. You know what? What a time. What a time to be alive. Edward Barber has an album. Yeah, let that sink in. Let that sink in. Shout out Star Music. What a time to be alive. Yeah, you know what? Darren Espanto. Are you actually looking it up?
What kind of album name is this? It's like a hex code.
You're right. It's the date I entered show business. Manis, my meaning. Don't play it. We're gonna get copyright struck.
It's your song.
I know. But there's rights pa din. Also, I'm having a matcha latte, which we're not gonna mention that term again. But apparently, there's something called performative male, and it's like, guys. Am I understanding this right? We might be a little late to the trend when this comes out, but apparently it's a term that means like guys doing things that girls like just to get in on the girls' good terms, right?
Exactly.
So like match. I didn't know this. Is much a girl thing?
Yeah.
Well.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like culturally in Japan people would disagree, but
Yeah.
but let's say maybe in here in the Philippines it's kind of like, oh, girls like matcha.
Yeah.
So it's like guys will like matcha. So it's like, oh, we have something to talk about, relate to now. And that's called performative male. In my world, that's just called trying to get to know you, like trying to connect with you. But then again, that's actually a whole topic that we could have talked about. Like, okay, let's talk about that. I'm a third culture kid. So I sound like an American, but I am British and Filipino, but I grew up in Germany. I am the embodiment of halo-halo. Like I am a mix of everything. I'm a mutt kind of. Is that a bad term? Maybe that's a bad term. Like ano lang, like the dogs na daming breed. like dogs with different breeds. Like I'm kind of medyo askal ako na konti. In that sense, I mean, I didn't grow up on the streets. I grew up in Germany countryside. It's not exactly like hardcore, you know. But anyway, I was told by a great man that I look up to. His name is James. He's our senior pastor, Pastor James. I don't call him James. I call him Pastor James. But he's also a third culture kid. He's an Australian guy that grew up here in the Philippines. Thought he was brown. I thought I was brown, kind of. But then I realized really quick, people look at me when I walk. Like in the Philippines, when we'd come to La Union, people would look at me. And I realized, so actually, even when I went into showbiz, it wasn't as weird, the transition, because I remember a lot of people would look at my sister and I when we went to La Union, because we were white. We were white kids in like our, you know, seaside barangay, like, you know, like our village there. So, and my dad was a white man in the local area. So of course we kind of felt like, oh, people are looking at us, or we kind of get special treatment. Yeah. We kind of were used to it. So he actually said to me, Edward, because I was talking to him about some of my issues connecting or being like, learning to be who I am and stuff like that. This was years and years ago, 2022. Yeah. And he says like, Edward, you're a third culture kid, which means you're a chameleon, which means you can fit in any environment, which is kind of cool. Like to all the third culture kids out there, shout out to you. Like, you know what this feels like. But even non-third culture kids can probably relate to this. It's like, I learned at a young age how to blend in. So if you liked rap music, I would like rap. I learned to like, if you learned how, like you like video games, or like if you like, Can we mention that? Is that a brand? We'll bleep it out. It's a makeup store
In the US.
all over the world, actually, all over the
Oh,
world.
really?
And so I learned women like makeup. So I kind of just learned to understand what people liked and to learn enough about it so at least I can connect with you. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing though.
Yeah.
Call me a performative male. I just like having relationships, and I'm a relational person. Like, if you're I'm not necessarily interested in what you're like. Okay, here's what it is. I'm not interested necessarily in what you're interested in. I'm interested
About you.
by why you like it.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what you like
Yeah.
and why you like it. Sorry, I mean, yeah, you get what I mean. You get what I mean. So it's like, I don't like what you like, but I like that you like it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Makes sense.
Share that to my future wife. Yeah. Hey, yo, shout out to you.
Segue, Nico asked,
Oh, really?
what's your ideal type though?
My ideal type? Ooh. Spicy. Freaking Nico. Nikolai, by the way, shout out to Nikolai, is a guy that I met at 15 years old.
That's
15 or I think 15 or 16 years old. He was one of my Connect group members when I was serving in Favor Youth. Favor Youth is our church youth ministry. So to everyone who's 13, or actually not even age, grade 7 to 12, every Sunday, as of the moment, in Shangri-La Mall.
Saturday.
Oh, sorry, did I say Sunday? Every Saturday, parang dito ako dating youth leader. Every Saturday, Shangri-La EDSA. What are the services again? 1, 2.
Grade 7 to 9.
Grade 7,
1
what?
PM,
Yeah, you say it,
grade
Serene.
10 to 12, 3:30.
Let's switch to Serene. Serene, look into the camera and say
Grade
it.
7 to 9,
Yeah.
1 p.m. Grades 10 to 12, 3:30 p.m.
There you go. And if you're in, we still do the Jeeps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in Pinag,
Yeah,
Mandaluyong area, we actually have free Jeeps that will pick you up, bring you home.
Yeah.
As well. And it's a great place to have community. If you're a parent and you have a teenager and they're still recovering from the effects of COVID, it's a great community. We love Jesus and great place to hang out. So Nikolai was one of my youth boys. I met him at 15, and I remember Nikolai. I want to relate it back to connecting. Nikolai is a big basketball guy. I pretended to like basketball. No, I didn't pretend. I learned to like basketball because I knew that was a place that we could connect. So I remember one of the times we just watched basketball highlights of the Bucks together.
Wow.
And I would watch YouTube, Instagram clips of the commentators commenting on basketball players. John Morant, whoa, what a jump, has wings. So I'd use all of these terms, and like just to try and show him that I cared. Because of course, like I'm like a Connect leader, kind of tries to help you walk through life a little bit. Like we're at least one step ahead usually of where you are in life. So it's like if you need someone to talk to, we're there. And that's a huge like responsibility and honor, and it's not everything in the world, but it's a awesome thing to do. And I've had the honor and pleasure of doing that with people. So Nikolai, I asked him years later, and I'm like, hey, did you realize I was doing that? And he's like, yeah, I realized that you were trying, but he appreciated that I tried. And Nikolai's like, we call him Troy Bolton because he's kind of like that it guy in a sense na parang pogi si Nikolai, ah. He's gonna get so arrogant or kilig. Actually, he's the type to get kilig. Anyway, don't look him up. He's not looking for a relationship right now.
Yes.
In Jesus' name. What's my ideal type? I mean, of course Nikolai would ask this question.
Just answer.
Just answer. It's weird. If you look at all the girls I've ever liked or even just been attracted to, I don't have a look. That's genuine. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell everyone, but you just have to take my word for it. Like no one looks the same. So I don't think I have a physical type. I don't think I have chinitas lang, mga ganun. Like no, I don't have that as a guy. Although if you do, like whatever, that's you. I think mine is really just connection. Like what's the wavelength? And that sounds like such a pretty answer, but it's so true. Like I've thought about this. So I'll just say this. I'm of the opinion that I'm a good-looking dude. I have a job. I think I have direction in life. I know I have purpose. I love Jesus. I love the Lord. I serve in church.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just saying I know what I bring to the table. I have enough savings that I think I'm well off as a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think, you know, if is that weird to say nowadays, like you believe in yourself? I believe in myself. I think I'm on a good path. That might trigger some people, in which case you can unsubscribe right now. I don't care. Like, I'll intentionally make weird jokes. Because if you can't handle those jokes, you can't handle the rest of me. I'm not going to lie. So the people are like, ew. I'm like, ew to you too. I don't think we're going to get along as much. Not in the sense I'm like going to shut them off, but I'm like, you get what I mean? Like, if I can't be myself, then what the heck's the point? And again, so going back to being a third culture kid, it's so easy to, like, I'm doing this because it's like to those of you who are just hearing my voice on whatever platform you're listening on, I'm turning down a dial. It's like turning the dial. It's like turning down the volume on something. And as a third culture kid, I realized that you can turn up the volume in some areas. Like if you like sports, like if you like Formula One, for example, I will learn to love Formula One so we can connect. But then the question is, what do I actually like? Oh, I like a different sport. So it's like I will turn up the volume in some areas of my life just so we can be on the same wavelength. And I'll turn down areas of my personality just so it doesn't. I've done that in the past. I don't do that much anymore. I try not to because I just don't feel like it's genuine. And so it took me a while to kind of figure out who I am. Technically, I'm 25 right now. The wavelength of my the development of my frontal lobe is apparently full now. So I am a full-fledged adult, ladies and gentlemen. Hey yo, God is good. But I think mine is wavelength. I think just as long as I'm attracted to, like, if I find you pretty, I don't like. I think that's it. I love Jesus. I'm not Jesus. Oh gosh, not at all. I'm a Jesus lover. If that makes sense. That sounds weird, so that's why I didn't say it. I love God. I heard someone say before, we're called to love everyone, not necessarily like everyone. So, I mean, you love on them. You do what you have to do to love on them. But like, you don't have to be besties with everyone. That's impossible. It's just not practical to be close to everyone. And if you try, you'll run out of energy. So I think that's my thing. Here's my Fiona knows this. Fiona and I actually used to live in the same condominium area. So our condo has 6 towers. For clarity, we did not live in the same unit. In Jesus' name. But because Athaya, who's Fiona's now husband, as of you guys seeing this. Amazing. I know, right? It's crazy to say. Is one of my closest friends. Like, my guys. Like, if I was kidnapped and I had one phone call, it would probably be to Pranav or Athaya. Maybe Pastor James. Maybe, I need help. But he's my guy. And so Fiona, I've worked for years and we've worked on... Anyway. So we used to live in the same building, actually, different floors. Why did I bring this up? What was I talking about? Frick. Squirrel. What was the topic? Oh, gosh.
Your type.
My type.
Yeah, your type.
Why did I bring up the condos then? Ah, dang. This is awkward. We're going to have to rewatch the footage and figure out.
You said Fiona knows
This is
this
so
about
frustrating.
me. And then you said, actually, me and Fiona lived in the same condo.
I have no idea why I brought that up.
You took so much.
I know, right? Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, guys. This is that's why sometimes I have to write notes now. Otherwise, I'm just going to... Anyway, I like girls with the same wavelength. And I think the connection is super important to me. And she needs to love Jesus. Like, it sounds weird. And to those out there that sounds like that's so weird. Like, I will say the phrase, I actually got offended by the phrase before, years and years ago, before I even had a relationship with Jesus. Someone said to me, I'll love Jesus more than you. And I got offended. I was like, what the frick? Who is this? Who was this dude? And then I'm like, well, he's the creator of the universe. That's what he is. That's what he is to me. And he's the Lord of my life. So I put like my relationship with Jesus at the forefront of, it's the center of my life. So if she doesn't care about or love someone that I love, it's kind of like, well, we don't really see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Just think about it practically. Did I explain that well enough? You guys get what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, next question. I don't know.
I have a question.
What's your question, Fiona?
What's a celebrity perk that actually does live up to the hype?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a great question. I've never been asked that question before.
Can I tell
High five,
you?
Fiona. Did you ask that?
Yeah.
Ah,
Can I
good
tell a
job.
story about that?
Go.
So we were shooting for Counterculture 2024, and we needed a parking lot. You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Sorry, for context, Counterculture is our youth and young adults conference that happens every year around November, and it's great. Okay, what was your story?
And then, so we needed a parking space. And the only parking space open is for the PWD people. So he talked to the guard.
Was it really only for... No, I think it was blocked off for staff. It wasn't
Yeah.
PWD.
No, PWD.
Was it PWD? I was trying to help like that. I don't think we're allowed to do that. So I was trying to give you the eyes and be like, don't tell them that. But yeah, maybe we did.
No. But we didn't park there.
Okay.
But there was an open parking space that no one had. So he talked to the guards, and there were like five guards.
Yeah, dude, there was Air Force that day that passed by,
Yeah.
and
They're asking for his
they took
photos.
pictures with me, and I was praying. I was like dropping it like, yeah, kailangan namin ng parking eh. And I was trying to like drop it in like, we need parking. And we actually didn't end up needing it.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah, I can understand that. Honestly,
That was wild.
this is actually bad. Not for me, just for security in general. I walk into malls, and I love that they don't ask to check my bag. You know, like they just see me. Like I just walk in. Like if I wanted, Lord, let this never happen. But like if I wanted to hurt people, like they just walk through. Like walk through the scanner. It always, for everyone, it always beeps. There's no point in having like metal, detection scanners. Half the guns and like mall cops don't even have bullets in it.
Yep.
I hope I'm not giving anyone ideas. Do not do anything. The Lord
Yeah.
sees you. Anyway,
Yes.
I think for me, I enjoy that I can ask for directions and people are a lot more patient.
Aw.
Like I'm in the mall. Sorry boss, saan po yung sinehan? Where's the cinema? Sir, ito po. Diretso, straight lang.
They're not annoyed.
They're not annoyed. They're a lot more patient with me. But I will balance it out with, I think I actually do a good job of being kind to people. Not perfect at it. I am not. I am a human. But I think I'm pretty decent at treating people. I learned, here's my number one trick for all the foreigners. I learned from a guy called John G. I love a guy called John G. He's our logistics head in church. Basically, he taught Athaya. I actually learned this from Athaya, Fio. And Fiona, Athaya taught me this. He says, instead of calling people kuya, call them boss or sir.
Yeah.
Why? And let's think about the science of this. It's actually, when you call someone kuya, even though you're saying like, hey, older brother, it's like it's become like you're putting them down. Like, kuya, like, inuutusan mo eh. Like you're telling them to do something for you. And you're not actually being respectful. It's almost like a passive aggressive respectfulness.
Yeah.
Like, kuya, you got to do this. But when you call them sir, you're putting them or boss, you're putting them on the same level as you. And of course, it's a hard thing too. Like if you say boss, but like you're treating them like a servant, then obviously it might not work. But for me, I've noticed I call them sir, and it kind of works out for my benefit when they know me as an artista, but I'm saying sir. They feel so respected and they feel very loved. And I like that. I like making people feel that. That's one of the things that it's like the simple joys in life. When you make someone feel seen,
Yeah.
you see how they change. My favorite guys to say hi to, shout out to everyone who goes to Shangri-La Edsa. I love it. It's one of my favorite malls. If you go there, you'll probably see me. Please don't go there looking for me. I'm a human. Don't be weird. If you see me, just don't be weird. So there in Shang Edsa, there are guys that will like as you cross from one side to the other. There's like the east wing and the west wing. As you pause, there are guards that will stop the traffic so you can walk across.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. Like, shout out po sa inyo. I love them. I say hi to them. They're like, "Ay, sir." They do that. As they give a little head bow.
Yeah.
Those guys are amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like their job is to stand up and serve you the whole day. You know what I mean? But anyway, I like saying hi, and it's always the same dudes. I don't know their names, but they're amazing, and I love doing that because you can make a guy who does such a hard job actually make them feel like $100. 5K. Make them feel like 5K. Now it sounds less. You can make them feel so special by doing that stuff. What are we up to? What time are we up to? I'm still down. I could talk for hours talking like this. 30 minutes. Huh? 35 minutes? Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. We should do this more often.
Enjoying.
Fun.
I feel like this is the setup we could do for like solo episodes when
Yeah.
when our guests bail on us. Hey, it's hard. I understand they have schedules. Life is life. Okay, next question.
What's something that you wanna learn, a skill, like something new?
I want to make custom shoes. So like, like cutting up shoes, and then like using different fabrics to make. I like one of one stuff, and I like stuff that no one else has, but I'm not willing to pay luxury prices. Like, cause you're gonna have to pay if you want someone no one else has. Generally, you're gonna have to pay like thousands and thousands of pesos. That's why shout out to Revibe Culture. I mean, it's like they're our partner in Painfully Human, but I actually love it because their motto or their tagline is art you can wear. That's one of their taglines, and they take old vintage clothing, they rework it with different pieces, and they make wearable pieces of art. And that's why, as soon as I saw them, like I have to work with these guys. They're so amazing. So Joe, thank you so much, Bianca. They're amazing in helping us. This is from Joe's business as well. This jersey. Most of what I wear on this podcast is from them, and I wear it. Number one, well, not just because it's actually not because they agreed to partner with us. It's because I actually believe in what they're doing. It's sustainable, helps the environment. That's why I actually care. And so, shout out Revibe Culture. They have stores in Opus, and one here in Siesta Horchata, here in Scout, here in QC. I think they have a third branch. I'm forgetting where. We'll actually put up an Instagram bio. Great place to get clothing. I love them. So I would buy most of what they have, if not everything, if I had the money to. So I love them. I love you. Anyway, yeah, so I like making one-of-one things that no one else has. I don't like being put into a box. Do you guys get what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if people say like eto ka lang, this is what you are. They put you in a box. If you're only allowed to wear this, do this. I don't like it. Like I don't like being boxed. So yeah, I think that's something I had in the showbiz industry where I'm like, I don't want to just not in the sense I just want to do one thing. It's just like I don't want you putting so many labels on me that I can't work out. I like thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
A lot of what we do on this podcast is inspired by us seeing, or by even me seeing stuff in other podcasts that no one does. So it's not like we're trying to be different. It's just I don't like being the same. Like, what's the point? Yeah, when you blend in, you lose yourself. So I believe you're supposed to stand out. Anyway, next question. Good question, Tris.
Thank you.
Oh, did you feel validated?
I do.
We're also eating lunch at the moment, so they just finished their lunch. Siesta Horchata nachos are great. Katsu is my favorite. Anyway, what do you got?
Here's one. If it wasn't for acting or hosting,
Oh.
what would you be doing right now?
I'll answer that real quick. I would probably, I don't know, I'd be dead. I don't know. Like, if it wasn't for Jesus, I'd probably be, I don't know. I'll be doing something stupid. But I was I wanted to study literature growing up. I liked reading. I like books. Yeah, that was one. Or psychology. I think now, if there's one course that I want to do in the future, it would probably be like to become a counselor. Like, maybe not like full on.
Therapist.
Yeah, not like a psychologist, like prescribing meds or anything like that, but more of like helping you. I did a prayer ministry course. Not course. Prayer ministry. It's basically someone helps unpack your childhood and you pray through it and you forgive and all this other stuff. It may sound weird to people, but you'd be surprised how many issues I unearthed through all that. And I think we all need it. I think. And so I actually want to help people heal. Like, inner healing is so important. So I want to be able to help people. But that is a high responsibility thing. So I don't want to take that lightly. I am not a therapist. But I think there's a level of wisdom and care that you could give someone that if you just ask questions, you can help them. Sometimes you don't have to give people advice.
Yeah.
You just have to ask them, listen.
Yeah.
And most people know what to do if you think about
True.
it. And like a temptation for all guys is to help solve women's problem, which from what I understand, Serene, Fiona, correct me, a lot of girls just want you to listen.
Yeah.
And so they don't need you to solve their problem. They're probably more capable than you are to solve their own problems, which I had to learn. But yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. You
Counseling.
wanna write a book one day?
Yeah.
I do.
What genre?
Uh,
Like fiction or non-fiction?
I honestly thought fiction at one point. Just because I wanted to hide, I wanted to have an avenue to express my heart without people judging it. So I wanted to have like a pen name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a pen name is basically like no one knows who it actually is. Like a hidden author. That'd be real sick. But now I think if I were to do it, I'd write it on my experiences and what I learned on life. That's honestly one of my backup plans in life. Is if, let's say, show business fails and everything fails, all the businesses fail, this podcast fails. I would love to, like, the beautiful thing about that is I have a story to tell.
Yeah.
Even through the failure. That's why like failure is like fall forward. Like, you know,
Yeah.
screw up. If you screw up, at least fall forward. So you're
What
moving
does
forward.
feeling forward mean?
You know what it means, Serene.
Well, I know, but maybe they don't know. what it
Failing
means.
forward means, like, if you make a mistake, you have the chance to make a mistake in a forward motion. Does that make sense? So let me try it. This is the tight cam, right? So if you're walking, you get knocked over, you can fall back or you can fall forward. You're falling either way. So fall forward in a way that when you screw up, you're at least making progress. You know, does that make sense? So that's what and that's not my wisdom. That's something I just learned from people and from being in a good community. But that's just a concept I learned. Like, you have the like, you screw up, you screwed up. Like, you can be you don't have to be afraid of making mistakes. We've made so many mistakes
Yeah.
in the podcast. We've tried so many things. Even when we started shooting Instagram videos, stuff like that, so many things didn't work. Oh my gosh, I shot a healthy food store snack video that I spent so much money on random products that I just thought were cool. And it got like 40,000 views, which is, to some people that's a lot, but some of our other some of our other videos got like a lot of views, and I'm like, I didn't put any money into that. So it's like, it taught me, okay, people don't actually want to see me do all this hype stuff, all this cool stuff. They just want to see authenticity, which fed into this podcast, which is why we do some of the stuff that we would do. And that's failing forward. Like, that was an expensive mistake. Spent like, well, how much do you remember how much we spent? Probably like 4,000 pesos on water and drinks and chips and chocolate covered banana. The most expensive, I think it was 400 pesos for a chocolate covered, a chocolate covered banana chip. And I ate it. I'm like, are you serious? Is this what I spent money on? But if you're that healthy store, sponsor me. I love it. I actually love it. I love it. I genuinely, the thing is, I would do it again. I just want to admit it. Anyway, I buy stuff from that store anyway, which is a luxury. I'm very blessed. But people are going to look at that video now. Be like, what it is.
Which video is that?
Oh, shucks. I'm not trashing that store. It's a great store. What was the question? I'm nervous now. Failing forward.
Yeah, failing forward.
So yeah, like, that's what it means. Just, yeah, in a forward, like, keep on moving in a forward. Actually, sometimes moving back isn't as bad as staying still.
That's true.
I'm someone that used to have analysis paralysis. So I would spend so much time trying to get it right, I never made a decision. Which, what do you think, Theo? Is that the reason why we spent 4 years planning a podcast? No, we spent 3 years-ish. But honestly, there was so much in that time where it was just like, we were doing life stuff. In the midst of that, I moved out, learning how to live. Fiona and I are in the same Bible college batch. So we were planning a shout out favorite college, batch 5, I love you. Batch 555, Kalabang 666. That's what we call our batch, which is not as creepy as it is in terms of that number. But anyway, theological stuff. But yeah, so we were in the same batch. We were doing all this stuff, like planning all this stuff together. Serene only came in a couple months ago. Tristan was there throughout. Actually, Tristan's been there. Technically, Tristan was there before Fiona because he helped me with videos way back. Rafa, I've known him for years, but he came in when we were actually at the point of starting the podcast now.
Yeah.
So I love you, Rafa. Actually, Rafa said this. This is the moment. I actually want to share this, and then we want to move on to the next questions. The moment I knew Rafa was the guy that I wanted on the show is like to help with the show. Because to be honest, every member of the team, including myself, there's someone more qualified than us to do this.
Oh, sure.
100%. And Rafa does this legit for work. I don't know.
No, it's just for fun.
No way. Seriously?
Yeah.
I thought you did this for work.
No, I just do this for fun and hobby. Yeah.
You're insane. I thought this was your job.
No, this is my job. I'm doing my job now.
The guy.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
working at the same
I'm working
Uh,
now.
Okay, so my bad. You
Yeah.
don't do this, but you have done this
I've
for
done
like
this,
freelance
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Okay, insane. So I was praying a lot maybe like 1.5 years ago. I don't know if you remember this moment, Fio. It was like a week where we were fasting as a church, praying, and I was like, Lord, where do you want me to go with this podcast? What is our goal? What is our direction? And I just felt like something I really wanted to be able to do, and I felt on my heart to do. I felt the Lord put on my heart is kind of be a voice to the voiceless, in a sense that we get to tell stories that maybe the mainstream media doesn't seem as something that they want to talk about, or culture dictates is not as good. We talk about taboo stuff. I want to be able to, one day I want to have people that are non-celebrities on this show, and I really hope, I know there's going to be a drop-off. There's going to be a drop-off of viewers because you don't really care about who the person is.
Yeah.
But our heart always is, we're going to tell you great stories. Because everyone has a story to tell.
Yeah.
And if you just have ears to listen, you'll hear beautiful stories. I really believe that. And sometimes they're not going to be celebrities. I'm going to get, like, think about it. If every story was about celebrities, we would just be hearing about the show business industry and we would get bored. Like, I'd get bored of that. So I want other people with amazing lives. Like Pranav, insane testimony.
Yeah.
Nav should be dead. Literally should be dead. There are so many other people who have crazy. I know a guy that used. Anyway, I can't say where he was. Sorry, I was about to say. I'll tell you guys afterwards. Anyway, but yeah, I knew that Rafa was the guy I wanted because we had a lunch on a Sunday at a Korean restaurant, and I think, did I ask you or did you share it? I think I asked you.
Did you share the idea of what the podcast?
I shared
was
because I was kind of talking to him. I was trying to fish like if he would be down for it. Because to be honest, I hope by this point we're earning a lot of money that I can pay them better. But these guys are amazing because they just came on and they deserve better. But I'm just saying, but they're doing a lot of stuff out of the like they're just. I think it's hard to serve, hard to create something. But I asked him like what I think is either I asked him or he just shared what he felt called to do through audio, because one of his main jobs is to work on the audio. He was the one who recommended these mics, and he said, I just felt called my whole life to be a voice for the voiceless. And when you're doing audio equipment, that's insane. And I felt that on my heart a year earlier, and as soon as he said that, I freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I want you in this show. And so I'm very blessed with this team. I will never ever not say that. So if you want to partner with us and help me treat them better, no, God will provide. God is good. Next question. Love you, Rafa.
I have one.
What's yours?
It's a random one.
Yes, fire, go.
Not from me. But what's your favorite sleeping position?
Guess who asked that?
Who asked that? Is that
I
Nick?
already asked the question.
Is it Nikolai?
Yeah.
Freaking Nikolai.
My
You know what? I used to sleep on my back.
Like,
Like straight, like on my back like that.
that's so.
That's insane.
That's.
Is that weird?
That's like
Yeah.
crazy people do that.
Stop. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Crazy people sleep on their chest.
That's crazy.
That's okay.
That's crazy.
That's
No,
That's
stop.
crazy. No,
That's
no,
terrible
that's-
for your
that's
back. What do you mean
terrible.
that's crazy?
That's terrible.
Oh, is that your sleeping position? That's why you have laway stains on your pillow. That's why you have what is it? Drool, saliva stains.
No, but this is crazy though.
Yeah,
Like that.
Yeah, like I don't know.
That's
I look like a
crazy.
corpse. But I have a problem now that I have two pillows. One of them is too low. One of them is too. I'm getting older. I'm 25. I'm starting to get a little bit of back pain now. So that's why I realized, Tris, you're gonna get this in a couple years. But you might not because you work out. Like when you don't work out as much, or you don't just like stay like even if you just walk, it's so good.
Yeah.
But if your muscles aren't used, they'll get tighter and then like and I have a history of back problems in my family. So like my mom has bad back problems for years, and I don't want that. So I'm trying to stay fit so my back doesn't hurt. It's lower back. So now I'm starting to. I have to get. Hopefully by the time of this release, I have a better pillow. But long story short, I try and sleep on my side now or on my back because when I sleep on my back, the tendency is like and then you start snoring, and I don't.
Yeah.
I want to practice sleeping on my side so when I get married one day, I don't wake my wife up by snoring. Because I had a moment. We had a getaway for our Bible college, and we were in this big bus, and it was a long 2 days. So we were on our way back from Bulacan.
Yeah.
Shout out. Was it Bulacan?
Rizal.
Never mind.
Rizal, yeah.
Sorry,
Where was
Rizal. Rizal Recreational Center,
Yes.
which is great. Fun place to be with a big group of people. Rizal.
No, it's in like Laguna area.
Whatever. We had a big bus and it was hours away. 4 hours, 5 hours away. Was it? Anyway.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep in the bus. And of course in the bus you're like that. And it was my first time, like I grew up with hearing my dad snore and wake himself up because he heard himself. So it would always be the and then like and he would always go like
Confused.
It was my first time in that trip waking myself up snoring because I fell asleep with my head up. And of course your tendency is your mouth opens. And I literally looked around at my other classmates and I'm like,
Oops.
did that just happen? And I was like, did you guys hear that? And they're like, yeah. I was like, did I only do that? How many times did I do that? Just once. For the rest of the time, I slept like this. I'm like, I am not opening my mouth anymore. But like, that's why I sleep on my side. Because when you sleep on your side, you avoid that. And you put less tension on your back.
Yeah.
I think one of the best investments I made, which I might have to buy a new one eventually, just to adjust to my back, is I think one of the best things you could ever invest in is a good bed.
Yes.
We spend like, I forgot the percentage.
1/3 of your life.
1/3 of your life in a bed.
Yeah.
That's insane. The other third is on your phone. That's why I like people, because if I talk to people, I'm not on my phone. But yeah, like 1/3 of your life on your bed. So I remember spending a decent amount on my bed, and I think it's a great decision. Although I might need to get it shifted because my back is aging. My body is aging. All right. So I sleep on my side. I like putting a pillow in between my legs as well.
Same, yeah.
Yeah. Great. Oh, sorry. Let me debunk this because it was debunked for me. I always thought, like, you know, in the movies when they're cuddling in bed, it's like they fall asleep na nakaganon. Or like was it Big Spoon, Little Spoon?
Yeah.
That's such a lie. That does not happen. I've heard it from married people that, like, you know, stay with each other, sleep with each other every night.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's so like when a head full of hair, arm is numb, uncomfortable. I didn't know that, and I was like, no way. And they're like, yeah, Edward, like I'll kiss my wife goodnight and I'll turn my back.
Fine.
And I'm like, you guys are fighting? Like, no, it's just normal. And so anyway, I don't know why I had to say that. I didn't want to share that because if you're young and you're dumb like I was. Just saying, I believe that my whole life. So I thought like you had to do that. It's just so uncomfortable. Anyway, go ahead, Serene. You know,
Oh, go.
Oh,
So on the topic of rest and sleeping, what does your rest days look like?
Wow.
Good question.
Good question. Rest. Rest for me is I like being with people, especially when I come back from work. So work a lot of times. One of the best compliments I've ever received is I'm a professional artista. Like I don't mean I work professionally. This came from John Hub. I think I shared this in another episode. He said, like, Edward, you're a professional artist, which means I was like, I think I understood what he meant. What he meant is I go to work, I do my job, I come home. I don't think I live like an artista. I think I just work as an artista. And I don't know if you agree with me on that, but that's what I like. I like having that mindset, which because it means that it's not my life. If my work's my life, I think there's a problem. That's my opinion. That's why we want this podcast to be as real as as neutral, like real as possible, not like heightened standards or whatever it is. I don't want to be something I'm not in front of you guys. I've done that for a lot of years, so I don't want to be like inauthentic anymore. But my rest days, I like being with people. Oh, sorry. My point of saying that was sometimes when I work, I have to come back and be with my friends to remember what life really is. So like, cause sometimes like you see like such, like walang pores yung tao. Like people have no pores. They look perfect or they wear such nice clothes. And my thought, and let me circle back to Nikolai's first question, which is what I like in a partner. What the framework that I've had is I live in. Oh, this is why I mentioned Fiona. We used to live in the same place, and I have a place in that condo. I own a place there, which is like great. My parents helped me out with that, helped me organize that. So thank you, my mom and dad. I invested money, a lot of my savings into owning my own place there. So to my future girl, hey yo, got a place now. Anyway, my point was, unless my wife is bawling, and again, I'm talking about something that's in the future, like, unless she's bawling, we're probably gonna live there. Does that make sense? Like, unless she has her own spot that she owns, we're probably gonna live in there. So I always had the thought of, if I was with, like, if I were to consider a girl, I would think, can I say this like in front of, I think I can. Yeah, I would say this. I think of if I could be in that space with that person as a normal human being that wears shorts and a scruffy t-shirt at home. So I think here's my, that's why I brought up wavelength, because I'm thinking, if they can accept me not as my artista self that has makeup and wears nice clothes and has to look nice for work, because if they only accept me at that, when they see me at home after not showering for 2 days, they're gonna freak out, because what they thought they were saying yes to is not what I really am. So yeah, I think of, can I be my worst self in front of them, in the sense of like, I'm not cleaned up and I haven't shaved in a bit, like, you know what I mean? And if I feel like they can accept that, then I'm pretty cool with that. So that's why I brought up Fio way back. So what was the question? What is
Rest.
what does rest look like? So yeah, I like being with people. One of my favorite things to do is watch movies. Ever since I was a kid, I love watching movies in the cinema. I have a group of friends. Nice burp. I have a group of friends that we have a GC called Gastos with a Purpose, because like movies are expensive now. But Alex Mitra, one of these guys. Shout out Alex. Anget, who's not here at the moment. She's one of our team too, and she has a husband called Alex. I don't know if I should have given you. If don't message them, don't be creeps and message my team and my friends, please. I'll tell them to block you, and I'll block you. I don't care. But anyway, like he loves movies, and his wife Anget loves movies. I love movies, so it's like when movies come out, usually I'll be like, hey, you want to watch this movie together? And it's like, it's fun watching movies with friends. So I love doing that. I would go together. Kaya gastos with a purpose. Because like, we can say it's bonding. But in truth, I just want to watch movies and kailangan ng kadamay. We need someone to, bring into it. I love doing that. I love game nights. I love board games. I love card games. I want to teach my kids more than just giving them a good education. I want them to play board games and card games with me. Because I feel like you can learn so many things about social norms and how to read people. Not in like a weird way, but like how to read body language, social etiquette, just by playing games. I'm gonna make my kids order food by themselves growing up. I'm gonna give them money. Like, I never grew up with like an allowance, so I want to give them, like, even if it's like 20 pesos a week, you gotta steward that. Like, I want to teach them a tithe. I want to do that. It's something I believe in. I don't care. Some of the weird people that have church hurt are like, tithe. Give money to the church. Whatever. It's another topic that a pastor can speak into. Actually, you don't have to be a pastor. We can talk about it, but not today. Great. That's it. A lot of people, a lot of rest. Sometimes I need a... Can we normalize? I normalize. Like, before we shot our episode today, I voice messaged Pastor Paul, who's a guy that I talk to a lot. And I said, hey, I just want to say, I feel like this today. It's something that's been bothering me. You don't have to answer this. I just feel like I need to get this off my chest. Pray for me. That's it. And I just felt like unburdened by that. Because it was really weighing on me. It was getting in the way of my other thoughts and my decision making. So I was like, just said something. And like there are times where I'll just talk to my guys and the guys that can handle my issues. I don't talk to people that can't handle it. And I just tell them, here's what I'm feeling. Here's what I'm thinking. And it's not even like, can we just sit down and talk? Can we debrief together? Can I process? Anyway, so we have how much longer? 20 minutes? 30 minutes? Yeah, 30 minutes. Last 30 minutes. That's what I do. I process. I make sure I'm not burdened. If I'm thinking or feeling something too much, I talk to someone about it. Yeah. Cool. Now what? Next question. How many more questions? Maybe like 4 or 5. Just choose like the best ones now.
What's something God is teaching you now?
Too spiritual. Let's go somewhere else.
What's wrong perspective you have on yourself and how did you correct that?
These are so deep.
You asked for questions.
I thought we would be like interesting stuff. This is so deep. Okay, the first question what's God teaching me? He's teaching me to be a child. Teaching me that even if I don't do the stuff that some people think Christians always need to do, even though we should, like, the thing is, God loves me even if I don't read the Bible. That's not an excuse to not read the Bible. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, if you want to, think about it like this: if you had a father that loved you, and he sent love letters, wouldn't you reread that? I have to say that to myself because sometimes I don't want to read. But although recently I've been reading my Bible a lot more, and I feel like I'm in the best, most secure spot with God that I've ever been, which is cool because like I actually am at the point now where I struggle to believe some of the truths. Like if God said He loves me, I struggle to believe that before if I didn't do something. So it's like me reading the Bible before was like, all right, God, read my Bible today. You love me, right? I can only get it because I read it.
Yeah.
Bars. But that's not true. God loves me even if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. Like just being a son, like learning to be a son, learning to be a kid. I love being in kids' church because I see the kids and how they trust and how they have joy and how they have fun. And I'm learning. Okay, I didn't want to get too theological, but like Bible says that children are actually some of the highest in the kingdom because they have childlike faith, which means like it's in simple terms, it's like kids just trust you when you say something. That's why you have to be careful when you say something to kids. If you make a promise to a child, keep it because they'll remember. Like my sister, my dad promised her a dog when she was like 5, but she's like, you can have it when you're 10. When my sister turned 10 on her 10th birthday, she's like, Dad, can I have a dog now? And my dad was like, dang it. She remembered. But it's like they'll actually get hurt if you don't keep your promise. And so I'm learning to have that same posture before God. Like, okay, God, you said something. You said in your word that you're going to provide. Today, I wasn't sure if we were going to have lights. Right, Tristan?
Yes.
Thank the Lord that He came through because I felt like we're called to do this show and it's part of where we're going in life and what I feel God put on my life to do. So I'm like, God, if you told us to do this, or if like I felt like you're in this with us, then you're gonna provide for it, and He did. So thank you, Miles. Flipping Miles. We'll put on the details again right now. If you want to rent lights, if you're a creator, you need tech, you need stuff. Great guy to go to, and there are others as well that have helped us as well. So we'll put on those details. Serene will get that up. And what was the second question? Something about myself.
Yeah.
So deep.
What's a perspective about yourself that you realize is wrong?
I thought my emotions were bad. So I was told growing up I was too emotional and too sensitive, which is one of the reasons a lot of people said that I would be good at acting. But I think at this point our episode of Miss Anna is out. Which now we have to put out because I've said that. Fiona's like, dang it. You know what? Beep. But she said I felt a lot. I do feel a lot. Like I'll walk into a room and I'll kind of be like, I'll look at a person. I'm like, I feel like they're really going through something, or ooh, he's really. And so like I have a lot of emotions, and I was told as a young child. I just spat on my pants. I was told as a young child that that's bad and that's negative, and that's like you're a wuss, like you're a weak man if you have your emotions. Especially here in the Philippines, man. It's like
True.
with all respect to the icons of action, FPJ, we got Papa P, Piolo. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying it's almost normalized that if you're a man, you have to be hard, tough. You got to be like a womanizer in a sense. Would you guys agree with that? Is that fair to say? It's kind of like you have to be siga, like the real tough dude. And tough dudes don't show their emotions.
Yeah.
And there's been like a whole movement in that. And there's two sides to it one of the biggest challenges I've had personally, Pastor James put this before me, is I would swing emotions a lot. So like if this is high and low, I would flick in between. It's like if it's a pendulum, where's my bottle? If this is the pendulum, I would flick from happy to sad and then all in between. And what it ended up creating in my relationships was no one was ever sure how I was going to be that day. And when people feel uncertain about how you're going to, like if I'm your guys' boss. If you don't know what version of me you're going to get today, you're going to walk into work being like, oh gosh, I feel uncertain. I don't feel comfortable. The brain likes knowing what to expect.
Yeah.
So I heard someone say before, like the best gift you can give someone is your consistency.
Yeah.
And so I've tried. As soon as I've worked on this for a long time. Not perfect yet, but I think I've gotten so much better. And even if I'm feeling crap, just showing up with the same type of behavior.
Yeah.
So I used to think that my emotions and how my level of how much I feel was bad, and I tried to kill it for years. I tried to be a different type of guy, and and again, authenticity. It wasn't real. So I learned to accept my emotions and how much I feel.
Yeah.
Learn that number one, God can speak through it, but also I'm learning to understand and connect to people in a way that I can, understand them better, but not at the same time be controlled by it. So yeah. All right, last three.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When going back to your acting days, do you actually memorize your lines, or do you cheat your way around?
Is there like a...
Oh,
This
good
is
question.
your line.
No one ever holds up the lines. No one ever. It's like never been done. I have a great story about Catherine Bernardo. This is not, it's a secondhand story. It's something I heard from someone else. Actually, Mai asked her before. Shout out Mai. I'm a Cabagera. She asked her before, this was during the time of La Luna Sangre. I was Mai's bodyguard. Mai was, I forgot whose family she was part of, but she was part of one of either Catherine or Danielle's family. I think Danielle. So she sees Catherine studying her lines one time, and she's like, "Ate, minamemorize mo yun." Tagalog tuloy. Ate, cut. Ate, do you memorize your lines? She's like, huh? Ano ba ako, doktor? Memorize ko lahat? I don't know about some actors, and again, I don't really act anymore, so all respect to them, it's a hard job. But she basically said, she memorizes it scene by scene. You memorize what you need to memorize for the next point, which I actually think is a beautiful analogy for life. Like if you try and figure it out, memorize every step as you go.
Boom.
A lot of times, a lot of times, the lines change on the spot.
Yeah.
So a lot, especially shout out Cojo Martin. Sometimes they don't have scripts. Actually, most of the time they don't have scripts. The homework of the actor, which is how it really should be, is to know your character and then knowing how your character would react and live and organically express that. Here's the situation. Here's what's going on. How would your character react? Does that make sense? That's the most organic way. So I think I've never worked with Cojo, and I've never seen it done, but I've heard many stories about that's what they do. So it can be intimidating to young actors because they come in and it's like, I don't know what I'm going to say until you're right there, and then you have to memorize on the spot. But I would never, I would read through my lines the night before. I'm not the peg example of how to do it, but this is how I would do it. I'd read through my lines, and then I'd memorize it before we did the scene. Yeah. And then you kind of get used to it. So yeah. There's so much more to talk about there. But Ate Catherine, you're an amazing actress. I think it was so refreshing too, because that's Catherine. You know what I mean? That's Ate Cat. And for young artists to hear like, ano ba ako, doctor? Like, what am I, a doctor? Why would I memorize everything? It's like that level of authenticity. I really remember appreciating that. So,
Yeah.
love you at the cat. Yeah.
But something about the Philippines that you love, that you don't really find in the other countries you've lived in.
So I've only lived in Germany, but I've traveled a lot. And how much time do we have left? 20? 10 minutes? 10, 15 minutes. I love the Philippines. Like, I love it with a passion. And I know our national anthem. You know, that may sound like not a big deal for a foreigner, but that's one of the first things I learned. Shout out teacher Wena for teaching me. I'm so grateful that she did, because I understand the heart of our national anthem. I don't know our history, but I care. One thing I love about the Philippines is cheap answers people would give are like, our resilience. I think Filipinos are some of the kindest and most loving, but I think I love our Filipino creativity. That's one thing I love. I think it's kind of born out of like a need to figure stuff out, which I believe we're gonna get out. One thing I don't like about the Philippines is how much we can complain sometimes, which I am also guilty of. But I'm trying, like, a lot of people would say, maybe 90% of the people watching right now would be like, oh my gosh, the government. I got really convicted in the last couple of years to not complain about our government, because all we're doing is cursing our nation and be like, oh, like we're just speaking badly about our nation. I think we should pray for whoever president. I think you guys agree with me in this, but like, should pray for whoever is our president. As soon as they get elected, pray for them, because they are now the leader. It's like I don't want any president to fail or any political leader to fail, because that means we fail. Like, that's our leader. Like, whoever it is, pray for him. So I'm not a huge fan of like political agendas and all this, you know. If you care about the Philippines, you can help the Philippines from wherever you're at. So that's one thing I don't like, is how much we can complain. Again, I've been guilty in the past, but I just love how creative we are. Like the Philippine, like we're known abroad as so creative and so talented. So I love that. And my form of, like, I would say Tristan's form of creativity, correct me if I'm wrong, Tristan, is you see things with your angles and your Tristan's a videographer and an editor, phenomenal at his job. I'm working with him a lot now because one day he's going to be too expensive for me. I believe in that. You're going to do ads one day. You're going to do it with me for free. No, I'm kidding. No, you're not. You're going to charge me. It's the heart. As of now, you're going to do great, like even greater things one day. I really believe that, Tristan. But like his form of creativity is that he might see a shot or an angle that people might not see, right? Or like that's like, or the way you edit, the way you attach music to it. Oh, that's it. That's not just it, but there's other like visual. He's very good at creating videos and other stuff. Serene's form of creativity out here is catching the heart of what people say and then creating visuals and other things through that. She's a creative director. It would be weird if she didn't have that creative. Fiona's is organizing, project managing, and that takes creativity. I think mine is questions and storytelling. Some people it's singing, like being creative with how you sing. So there's so much, and so like if you're a quick vendor, you're being creative with how you get people to actually with the type of sauce you make. Like whatever you do it for, to the highest standard and for the glory of God. So anyway, last couple of questions. I want some good ones. And then what's good? We'll end with something. I hope this is, you guys are entertained by this.
If you were to be a superhero, who would it be and why?
Classic. Superman, be kind.
Depends. Am I trying to be selfish or am I trying to help people? Dang. Honestly, I would probably say Captain America. I like his integrity. It's a boring answer though. Like, I just like how he's kind. Like that's the one I relate to. I would probably want, Black Panther, because I want to be able to have like all the tech stuff. But honestly, every time someone asks me like what thing I want to do for like like what superpower I want to have. I just want to be able to transport, teleport, all that stuff. All right, last 2 questions. Let's make them good. I hope everyone's enjoying, and in the future, I want to be able to talk with you guys more. Can I lean forward, or am I out of frame now? Yeah, I'm out of frame. Okay, I'll lean back again.
May I have, can you give advice to people who are feeling a bit lost with their purpose, especially college students?
Yeah,
that's true.
that's great.
Dang.
It's a good question.
Dang, I don't know what to say. There are a lot of people that can help you. Don't be afraid of asking. Like, I talk a lot about church, and I talk a lot about community. And you might find it community in other places, and some places might be better. Some places might be worse. Some places might be better. But I've gotten through a lot of life not by being strong, but by admitting that I need help and asking someone. I think advice. I mean, there's nothing I could give you today that would solve your problems, to be honest. I think I hope this releases someone. And this is from my own story. Never be so focused on what you think you need to do that you forget that it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? I have been an actor, a singer, a ASAP dancer, heartthrob. Panis. Yeah. I have been like, this sounds weird to say, but I think at one point I was one of the desired brand endorsers. Not great at it, but like we had fans, so people wanted us. And then I've gotten to the point where no one wants us or no one wants me. And now I'm a host and I changed careers. And now I'm doing a podcast and I feel the most fulfilled. Like, does it matter what you do? Like my sister, great example of this. She studied chemistry, spent years studying chemistry, didn't become a scientist. Now she's helping the environment in like a company, and she went back to school. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of people feel pressured coming out of college or going into college. Like you have to know what to do. I think I've made so many mistakes and God's still using me. Yeah. Like, we're not always going to have the answers. Just remember that here's one. I was saying this to a close friend of mine yesterday. I saw a video of a young mother talking to her mom, and the mom came home. There was a task to be done. The mom had never done it before, but she, maybe we can end on this. She, asked her, like, she saw her mom do something, and again, sorry, I got distracted. Someone came through. Let me restart the story. So a young mother saw her mother do something that the mother had never done before. She solved a big problem. Let's just say, for the sake of this conversation, that she built an IKEA table, or I can't say the brand. So she built a furniture table out of nowhere without seeing the manual. And the young daughter was like, "Mom, how did you do that?" And how do you always know what to do? And the mother just simply replied, like, "I don't, but everything is figure outable. Like you can figure out everything." And I think my biggest strength is that I know how to do stuff. It's not my biggest strength, but I think one of my strengths is that I know when to ask when I don't know how to do stuff. Like the reason Fiona came in to help me with this podcast is I didn't know how to organize all the tasks that we needed to do. And she helped me get organized. She helped manage it. The reason Serene is here is because I don't know how to turn what I feel and the words I have into visuals. So she created this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to do things. And I think if you keep on trying, like, yes, you can learn how to figure stuff out, but learn when to ask for help. And here's one thing. Last story, because we actually have to go. We have to pack up. I was talking to Pastor James one time, and I was like, I hope people are not getting triggered that I'm talking about a pastor. It's just a guy that speaks into my life, and he's wise. And so I told him, like, Pastor James, I don't know what I'm doing, because we're working on a conference. And he said, I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like all I can do is show up. And a couple of days before, actually the day before that, my friend called me a jack of all trades. And he's like, Edward, that means you're never going to be needed, but you're always going to be used. And in the kingdom of God, it's a beautiful thing that you get to serve people no matter where you're at. And you know that phrase, jack of all trades is a master of none. And a lot of people think that phrase ends there. Oh, you know how to do a lot of things, but you don't know how to do one thing good. You're a master of none. But the full phrase is, I learned this, it blew my mind. He said that the full phrase is, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but many times better than a master of one. So if you know how to do one thing great, I mean, that's great. Hone it. Make it yourself. But don't just learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If Tristan only knew how to edit, but he didn't know how to shoot a video, he would be extremely limited.
That was me before.
That was him before, right? If you want to hire him, just, what's your Instagram? Popping up right now if you want videos.
Bam.
He will send you his rates and he'll charge you a lot of money. But that, you know what I mean? So, like, honestly, I think, everything's figure outable. You can learn how to do stuff if you're humble and you just have a willing spirit. Be teachable. Like the best people that teach are those who want to learn.
Yeah.
And you will go so far in being kind, like genuinely kind. I think doors have opened for me not because I'm an artist or I'm white and I have a white card, but because of kindness. So, we're going to sign the thing in a bit. Go ahead, Tristan. Fiona can switch. See, look how multi-talented my team is. Rafa had to step out. Fiona can switch. By the way, fun fact, we actually don't do editing for this. We try not edit our podcasts
Yeah,
as much as we can, unless serious mistakes are made or serious stuff happen. Because we just want to be real, but also we do live switching. Live switching is like we switch the cameras mid. Yeah, there you go. Can we just do like a sporadic thing? Like, can we just tap all the buttons like that? Can you just? Oh, Tristan's already, so it's only here. But we only do this so we can save time editing.
Yeah.
So super talented team that knows how to do multiple things. But yeah, that's my last thought. Everything's figure outable. God loves you, and if you need a community, there are people here for you. And I'm supposed to look here. Hey. You know one thing I don't like though? This is a bad way to end it. I want to say it. Wala lang. I can't do the male leading man tingin. Alam mo yung, like that. I don't know. It makes me feel weird. Yeah. I'm trying to force something that I'm a goofball, man. But Tristan, come here. I'm gonna sign. This is Office Chats episode 1.
Wait.
Yeah, there you go. So I love you too. I haven't realized what we call you guys yet. We just call you friends. Is this a good place? Lower.
Yeah, there.
Office. Pangit na handwriting. Office.
Focus.
Chats. Ep.
Yeah.
1.
Focus.
Focus daw. I'll put a heart. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, can I sign it bigger? Because, that's actually not my signature. But I feel like it's such a big acrylic thing. So, one day we're going to create a sign. And it's going to be a piece of art of all the different frames that we made. But as they figure out... Where's the pen lid, Serene? As we... actually, let's keep the camera floating. As we end this episode, I want to thank everyone for sticking with us. I hope you enjoyed. This is something new that we're trying out, and we want to bring you guys into the conversation. So one of our goals is that this isn't just a dude on a camera talking to you. It's a two-way conversation. So during the times we don't have a guest, I want you guys to be our guest. Or I can be the guest and you can ask me questions. And so we want to build a community. We want to build family through this. We want, not maybe a family. Family can be dysfunctional. Friends, chosen friends, to be with us. And if you enjoy all this content, feel free to, do I say like and subscribe? Is that like 2025? No. Does the algorithm push our content down if we say that?
No,
really?
Subscribe.
Okay, subscribe.
Yeah.
And heart it.
Turn on notifications.
Yeah, turn on notifications. All this stuff that will earn us more money. Like, don't skip the ads. Can you not skip the ads? Do your boy a favor. Don't skip the ads. But genuinely, if you love what we do, and if you're enjoying this, even in a small way, that fills our hearts. And if you want to help us continue to make all of this, again, this light was really expensive, all this stuff. But we want to keep on doing it, and we're going to keep on doing it regardless. So if you feel like you want to partner with us, help make it happen. Details are coming up on how we can continue to do that. Again, no pressure. If you don't, I'll still love you, still give you a hug. But we want to keep this going. So thank you to Siesta Horchata for the best drinks. I get different drinks each time. This is a matcha latte, which I'm trying to be different. And Revibe Culture, I love Revibe. And thank you to all of you. And I hope you have a good day. And that you brush your teeth tonight.
Yeah.
And your high blood pressure is low.
Yeah.
In Jesus' name. Bye, guys. See you next time on the Painfully Human podcast.